in 1993, the Chiang Mai University organized a workshop in Thailand, inviting representatives from the Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, I think, and where they trained these NGO representatives in participatory 3D modeling. So since then, a lot of models were done in the Philippines in the context of indigenous territories. And there are a couple of NGOs which were quite active in the field, PAFIT being one, Green Forum Visayas, AnthroWatch, just to name a few. And they developed 3D models, generally at the 1 to 5,000 scales of ancestral territories, and the documents which were produced, the maps, were used to claim ancestral rights claims, to claim ancestral rights on territories. This led later on also to the issuance of ancestral domain titles. Let's say that in the Philippines there is a quite favorable legal environment to community mapping, in the sense that to claim for an ancestral right, indigenous communities have to prepare a number of documents. And there was a law which was issued, the IPRA law, and quite clear requirements were spelled out. And so in using 3D models, in using coupled with GPS and GIS facilities, these indigenous groups, with the assistance of technology intermediaries, NGOs, were able to produce the documents necessary for the claims. Well, in 1996, I was working in the Philippines, and I started considering doing 3D models. And I worked, because I saw some which were done by these NGOs. And I worked a lot in terms of improving the coding systems, the extraction process. I developed dedicated websites and also manuals and so on, which raised the worldwide interest about the methodology. And personally, I thought that this was a real breakthrough in terms of community empowerment, and so I invested a lot of my private time and resources to develop these internet interfaces. And I must say that that has been extremely successful. One manual which I developed, which I produced with some colleagues and was published within a project I was working for, has been downloaded about 24,000 times. And wherever I go in the world, some people show me, do you have this document? Well, I say, yes. You got it from the internet, from my website. So let's say that there was, I did also some trainings in other countries, in Vietnam, where a lot of models have been done since then, particularly by WWF. I did a training in the Pacific, in Fiji, still through WWF, and now there are replications which are done in Papua New Guinea and in other countries in the Pacific. A number of models have been done in Latin America, in Peru, in Colombia, in Nicaragua, and now major agencies are adopting the method as a planning tool, as a tool to negotiate boundaries, as a tool to deal with conflict resolution, as a tool to map out local knowledge and preserve intangible cultural heritage. This exercise we are doing now here in Africa is the first of its kind. This is the first 3D model which has been developed. The exercise was done with the intention of training representatives from NGOs in English-speaking countries, and we have 14 of them who are with us. And I'm sure that some of them will replicate the methodology in the respective countries. There are other exercises which we are now planning in Africa, in French-speaking Africa, probably also in the southern Africa, in the southern part of Africa, to further consolidate the skills among key players in the different regions. There will be also exercises in the Caribbean, because also the Caribbean fall under the mandate of the organization I'm working for.